Hello, everybody. Welcome back. PieCover here. We're gonna come over here and start the flow, and I'm gonna show you guys what's going on here on this chart for Bitcoin, and we're gonna check on the hash rate as well. We have the hash rate currently at 537 exahash per second. Difficulty at 67.96. So it seems to be doing good, and transaction fees are pretty much high. So you have the median. You have transaction fees should be around 25, 24. Non-priority, where you can include the transaction on the blockchain. So it's still expensive, still pretty high. But we want to work today. I want to talk more about the stock to flow and a bunch of models out there. So we see, I don't really believe in the model. I think at the end, Bitcoin go to infinity. So, but just for fun, it's okay to look at those things. But I don't really believe in these models in terms of have a 100% guarantee that that's what's gonna happen. I think it's those models are just predicting the past, but not really the future. So let's get into it. This chart basically is just showing, uh, based on the stock to flow, what Bitcoin could do, right? But not exactly what Bitcoin will do, right? So it's just scratching the path it could take, right? So for example, you see the stock to flow for 463 days, right? Is the price could get you know out, right? It's kind of separated from that model since since 2022, right? Since 2022, the price kind of left that since beginning of 2022, and then now it's trying to catch up to that, right? And I get it, like many people complaining, they say, oh no, this is fake and all these things. Hey, I'm not expecting the stock to follow to be 100% correct. Okay, it's gonna be so have some flaw, and every other model will have flaw. And I'm not expecting it to be perfect. I'm not expecting it to be real or true. It's just for fun. Again, like people tend to forget. It's like you can't go bet your life on that. You can't go bet, take a loan on that. You can't like trade on it. Like those are just models. Now, and if you this is for example, yeah, this is when the price, like back in 2013, that was a cycle top of a year where the price went so high it left the model, right? It left the model here and go very high, and then I don't think anybody complain about like when the price is high, right? Same thing here in 2011 when the price went so exploding up and higher. Right? People don't tend to complain about those things. You see over here, 2015, you see like the price like really matching that model on the line, right? And then over here up to 2022, right? The price start dropping down and down. So now it's catching up, trying to catch up to that line, right? To that model line. So again, like that's why you can't bet anything onto that. But now after catching up to this, we don't know what's gonna happen. So after the blue, right, the thick blue, you're gonna have the red. It's gonna start having the red. The red is when the halving happen. It's like the cycle repeat, start to repeat again. Um, so I guess the cycle repeat from the thick blue, right? A thick. No, you're gonna start from that red. You're gonna start in the red again. So on the red, you're gonna go down and down. But in the red, you see when it's deep red, it's like when the halving happened, right? And then from the halving, and then you see the explosion of excitement. So this is right somewhere right around on April and May, depending on how fast and slow the block get validated on the chain. So and then from there, and then you have this, the explosion can happen. You have up to 500,000 around those numbers, of for the price on the around 2025, 2026. Nobody knows. Now let's this is a stock to flow version 1, and then you have the stock to flow value. Let's check that. And this is also interesting because you see all the scratching on here. We are on 2023 going to 2024. So the value of a year, see, it's about 50 to 60, right? And then um, now to 2024, by the halving, so the value gonna go up to sector flow around 58, and then this is when the halving happened, where basically the stock to flow doubles, right? So when the stock to flow doubles, Bitcoin will become scarcer than gold at that point, right? Exponentially scarcer than gold, and that's why I think there's no limit for like how high Bitcoin can go. And now I wanna um, check. There's a F2 stock to flow uh, multiple over here. It's not that interesting, but you can check again. This is almost the same thing I was looking at later on. And when the halving happened, and then when the price keep catching up to that level, you have the 293, 294, and then the price gonna keep on running all the way up to like crazy numbers over here. I mean, in 2025, it can go up to something like 2 million. So that's very crazy. Right? So that's um, Bitcoin stock to flow model, cross asset model. So that's really 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 big numbers over here. So 3 million, 1 million, 2025. That's those are crazy numbers, man. Like, I mean, I think that's why most people kind of reject this model, right? And then they start to think, okay, now this is very unreasonable, but this is not impossible, guys. I mean, like, if you check how much Bitcoin are left on exchanges, they're not much, So if we check on Mayer multiplier over here, again, see the price over here, and for currently, if you want to be the bullish is on 50,000, and then the bullish extension 74, and then the overbought is at 133,000. And then the golden ratio is this down here. We're still in the buying zone, in my opinion, over here, and 1,453 day moving average. We were just a little bit higher on top of that, on top of it, of that line. So and then if you the hash rate versus price, still hash rate is keep on going up, and the price is always catch up to it. You see, every time the hash rate goes up, the price catch up to it over year, over extended year, and then drop, and then we're trying to catch up to that again. So hash rate, one thing, it's not exponentially going up just like in the past, like 2020, 2012, 2015, right? So in that period, you see the hash rate went from 27, right? So from 27 to like to 1,000 to 1,035, right? It's like almost like, like it's crazy high, right? So that's exponentially going up, but you don't see that like there's so many multiple rise in the hash rate. But the reason is because people moving from CPU to GPU to ASICs in that period of time. But still, there's a lot of nation states coming online with our energy, and computers are still being improved. And we're not there in the Moore's law where we hit the wall on computer improvement yet. At least that's what I think. But we're gonna get there, and so at some point. And let's check on fees. Yes, fees must be going up right now. Obviously, because of all the nodes and things like that. So, yeah, we just hit that level where fees was very very high in in uh, in dollar term, right? In dollar term, and we already catch up to this. Uh, and the statistic for the stats, okay. So I could repeat the rainbow. Okay, let's check the rainbow chart. Okay, so this is the rainbow chart here. So it's just showing you the halving, what happened after the halving. So let's be conservative here. Okay, so let's say the halving happened here. Right? This is somewhere around April 2024, and then that halving, the low would be 42,000, and then the after the low would be 51, and the average would be the green would be 91,000. So 91,000, that's the average. Usually the halving, it goes under purple, which is like 51,000. That's what happened last halving. Then right after that, you had the explosion, went all the way to the yellow, close to the green. No, went all the way to the orange, close to the green. That would be somewhere around 180 to from 180 to 170 to 270 180 to 272. 180 to what? 250. Let's say 250. So that's a conservative. And I don't really believe in those models. Again, that's it. That's the thing. It's like, yes, it's fun to look at. Like, I don't look at that. It's just squeezing the the magnitude of the wave, that, because one thing, this chart, they're not put in consideration of the debt clock, which is the debt for all the central banks around the world, right? All the nation states around the world borrowing money. This chart doesn't consider that. So you see, like, US is already at like 33.88 trillion into debt. That's just national debt, and then what is the US total debt? The total debt is at 100 trillion, 100 $103 trillion of US total debt. So, like, and they have to issue 10 trillion in the next couple of years. So that should put them somewhere anywhere around 45 trillion, right? In the next couple of years. I don't see, like, like, the USD is not fixed, right? USD is not like a fix. You can't. That's why you can't like predict like how much money they can print, right? So that's why you can't just say Bitcoin gonna get at this point. We know Bitcoin is fixed, but we don't know USD is gonna move so fast. The amount of money they're gonna have to print is too much. So that's why I can't really rely on those charts. You see why I said, like, don't believe those charts, because it's just like the USD and all the other currency around the world. They are so volatile. Bitcoin is not volatile. It's just the currencies around the world that are volatile. So, anyways, guys, I hope you got some on this something on this video here. I hope you do get something, and I'll see you guys again in the next talk. This was PieCover.